So before starting this video today, I'm doing a giveaway, and I decided that because we hit 100 subscribers, which I'm incredibly grateful for, and I appreciate every single one of you that watches my content and supports and likes and comments and everything. And I'm going to be giving away this deck box. It's sealed from regionals, really nice, fits a lot of cards, and yeah, this is just going to be the giveaway today. But all you need to do is just like and sub, like this video, like other videos, which would be very nice, but just like, sub, and comment on this video that you're entering, and that's it. I'm just gonna randomly pick one of you, and good luck. Hey, I'm Naya. Welcome back to the channel. Today I have another deck profile for you, and I actually invited my friend to the channel because he won a summer cup with 68 players and he piloted Tri-Brigade. So he agreed to come to the channel today, talked a little bit to me about his deck choices, his entire tournament. So make sure to, write it out with us and just listen to what he has to say. Hey, welcome. I'm glad you could join me.
As Naya introduced me, I mean Shadow Rabbit. Sorry.
yeah, you can say Naya.
and I piloted my Tri-Brigade Zoo to win the Summer Cup in Croatia, in Zagreb. After my debacle with Sky Striker in Slovenia, I decided it's time to pick up a meta deck again.
It was our debacle, since I got 9 and you got 10.
Yeah,
so
it was yeah. Pretty sad moment, but when I saw that Tri-Brigade Zoo just does the most with the least resources, I decided, yeah, it's time to hop on a meta deck again.
That makes a lot of sense, yes.
Yeah, and drove from Pula to Zagreb to win the thing.
Dope.
It was 6 rounds of Swiss, and my matchups went like this. Like round 1, I played with Virtual World, which isn't the best matchup versus this deck because it has Tension plus Zoodiac can be kind of enough to stop you.
Yeah.
But I piloted both Triple Tactics and Droplet and Imperm. So I was like, game 1, he bricked kind of, and I went first, so I set up everything. I think I set up my Revolt plus a hand trap. I think he just normal summoned and I revolted, and that was game. And game 2, he went first. Also didn't open wonderful, but that's Virtual World for you. That's why it doesn't always overperform. So yeah, game 2, I made Zeus, I set my revolt, I had a hand trap in hand, and I didn't even want to commit into an Appaloosa because it was like, who knows, maybe he just gonna King on negate and I'm just gonna pass with Zeus, that revolt, and I think I had an Ash. And yeah, just it was a quick 2-0. Round 2 was this was let me think about what my round 2 was. I think it was like a Grand Magi deck. Yeah, that just went over pretty quick. What I remember from the matchup is that like Droplet was pretty insane because he fast on like the Hope Harbinger guy, and he had the set like there can be only one. So I just went Lightning Storm. He goes Titanic Galaxy. I go Droplet, send my Lightning Storm, and yeah, that was pretty fun, pretty easy.
Nice.
Round 3 was versus Virtual World again, and it was actually a friend of mine called Yurai. He's a really nice guy, really good player. And we went like 30 seconds into time. It was like down to the line. Game 3, I started, I made my board, I had my revolt, and he managed to crash it because he had Twin Twister, so he just managed to attack me. He attacked me with, I banished his Shuraig, I think, because I had Rugal plus Shuraig.
Oh, okay.
So I could Shuraig effects not with the revolt, but at any time because of Rugal. But he had a lot of monsters, so he attacked with Vermilion Mech over my Rugal for some damage. The turn is back to me, and he has 1 set and Chuche, and I don't have anything. So I go normal summon Nerval, use the effect Banish 2. He negates it with Impermanence. I link into Almirage. Then I special summon Keras, and it's like 20 seconds to the end. Use Keras effect, banish. On the summon of Keras, he's like, okay, Chuchi effect to pop.
Yeah.
Chain Almirage. Quickly banish 2.
Oh my god, he didn't know! Oh my god! Okay.
Quickly banish 2, Dragon Lords, bounce his guy, and just go Battle Phase for more damage. It was like 10 seconds to the end, so yeah.
Well, you had to think fast.
Yeah, Almirage coming in clutch. Actually, I used Almirage effect to reborn himself from the graveyard once in the tournament too.
Seriously?
That also was kind of nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Round 4 was versus Heroe with Prankits. Heroe sucks.
He played Prankits? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, Heroe is a nice guy.
Yeah,
but,
of course.
yeah, I think game 1, he just got dropleted on his butler. And
Oh.
game 2, I gave him a nice contact C so he could pass turn to
Oh
me.
no. Oh my god.
Round 5 was versus the Frankids, the guy that got second, Sandro. And that was a draw because game 1 took an extremely long amount of time.
Oh.
Yeah, it was like grinding. Like he went through all his Frankies, I went through half my extra deck. I remember it was like a brick fest because my desires banished 2 nervous and I opened the last one.
Oh.
So I couldn't get access to any more searches. Yeah, it was a pretty weird game state. I think I had it. Then he comes back to turn, like, then he activates instant fusion. Then, oh no, I don't have it, you know.
Oh.
So,
Okay.
and in game 2, I had a really fun play with the Zoodiacs. I'm gonna talk more about my deck choices later.
Yeah.
But game 2, he passes on Bow Wow with 3 set, and you know the Butler setup. So I normal summon the Ram, and he goes immediately Pandemonium because he doesn't want me to make Borbo or something to get more materials for Revolt.
Yeah, just clean it up.
Yeah, he goes for the Butler, and you know does the chain link so the kids resolve, and then the Butler is left in the chain.
Yeah.
And I chain Twist Twisters, discarding Whiptail. Destroy his other 2 back row, then when his Butler destroys my Ram, he gets to reborn the Whiptail that I discarded after 2 intuitions.
Oh my god. Oh, and because he had 3 set, you wouldn't want to shotgun it, obviously.
Yeah. Just pop the other 2.
Okay, that's dope.
Yeah, that was pretty nice, but the difference in life was like I attacked with 1200, and because I had a cold buy for the Butler when he used it the second time.
Okay.
Yeah, but the difference in life was too big when the time was cold. I passed on Zeus and I was like confident, but yeah, I didn't open any engine except those 2 Zoodiacs. So yeah. Round 6 was versus Altergeist, and that's my feature match on YouTube, and it was like the funniest match ever. It was done in 6 minutes.
Seriously? I didn't know there was a feature match. I have to check that out. Okay.
Yeah. So game 1, I knew that because we set table next to each other, so I knew he was on Solemn Strike and Torrential.
Okay.
So turn 1, I made the Zoodiac play, which is making the Ferrigit, summoning a Brigade from your hand, then banishing all 4 of the Zoodiacs to go for a Shuraig, so you get a double search. But instead of going to Appaloosa with the 3 monsters, I just made an access code, targeted the Shuraig, so a huge ass access code with 6,300. And yeah, I had Imperm, and I then special Keras and make Verbloom into Rugal, so I get the Revolt. So I'm like, okay, if he knows someone's Melisic, I'm gonna Revolt and banish it. If he has Faker for my turn, I'm gonna Imperm it. And if he said Solemn and TT, I just go Access Good Burst, so he can't even Solemn me or anything. And that's what happened. He normal summoned Melisic, Revolt, banish it, come back to my turn. The guy actually had double TT sets, so I just go back to my turn, just Access Good, banish everything, swap everything.
Well, but
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
smart on your part. Like you were prepared.
yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, in game 2, I just used the Lightning Storm. He changed Order, I changed Wind, he changed Judgment, but then he didn't have anything else to do, so yeah.
Okay.
It's really... It's a nice feature match.
Okay, I'll check that out for sure.
So I was first after Swiss with 5 wins and a draw.
Okay.
And then we proceed to Top Cut. Top 8 was versus Slishko, who was on Drytron, which is the abysmal matchup, like by far the most difficult matchup. The only card in my side deck for going second, additionally to the one in the main deck, is Drone Lockbird. And you know they have searchable Lancea, so that is scary. And he won the dice roll. He's playing the Dragoon build.
Yeah.
So he set up. He also main decked 1 Lancea. Quite wow. So he set up Herald of Perfection with Dragoon, with IP, and he had Eva, Orange Light, and Lancea in hand. So yeah, game 1 it was just a scoop-diddy-doo. Yep. Game 2 I went first, and yeah, I sided in both Shared Ride and Drone Lockbird. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about it soon. It's a weird interaction, but in my opinion, I'm not even sure anymore. But yeah, I sided in both of those.
Okay.
And I think I opened Shared Ride, Revolt, plus I talented him because he used Veiler on my turn, so I activate talent. I see that he has piece to make Dragoon, he has like Eva, and the only engine that he has is Nova, so I shuffle back his Nova, hope it's enough to win, and it was enough.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, game 3 he went first again. I was like praying. I was power shuffling his deck. I'm like saying, okay, here's a Dark Magician for you. Here's something for you. Here's an Ava for you. But and his hand actually wasn't that good. So he had a Delta. He had an Ida 10. He had an Ava, a Lancia, and the last card was what was the last card? Not even sure. But
Ava,
yeah.
Ida
So
10,
the only way
Lancia,
he could get to the engine is use Delta to tribute Ida 10.
yeah.
But he couldn't draw because he didn't have anything else. Oh yeah, Red Ice was the last card. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, oof. Okay.
Then he normal summoned Ava, went into Fafnir, and I'm like, okay, he's normal summoning Eva. I have Imperm. I'm gonna Imperm the Fafnir.
Yeah,
So
obviously.
he passes to me,
Yeah.
and that's when he made the biggest misplay. I was like, main phase, like standby. I didn't even say standby. I just said main phase. He's like, yeah,
Yeah.
activate Desires first. Yeah, because he had a Lancia, but I activated Desires, drew into a Whiptail. So I made like a Borbo, attacked everything, made a Zeus. Then in main phase 2, I actually summoned a Caress because I'm like, if he has Lancia, I need to summon a Tri-Brigade to make him drop it. So he drops Lancia. Then I use Zeus effect, so he couldn't get the Eva searches because he's under his own Lancia. Gets back to his turn. I have a Bell in hand. He top deck something, I guess. But yeah, I just took it from there. And I was like, whoa, that was so damn
Nice.
close.
That's very
Yeah,
nice.
that both top 8 and top 4 were like so damn close. Against top 4 was Chuk. I don't know if you know him, but
Yeah.
currently I think he's the best in Croatia because he just plays the most with the best people. So when he was on Dragon Link, he also won the dice roll. Game 1, I asked his Chaos Space, and I was like, "You have Gamma, you have it." I mean, my hand is like I have one starter, and if you make a board, I'm not even gonna play. So I asked his Chaos Space. He didn't have Gamma.
He didn't.
Then
Okay.
he normal Tracer.
Dope. Great.
Normal Tracer. Went into Striker Dragon, get the boot. Striker pop itself, get the Tracer back. Boot summon Tracer. Tracer effect went into Chaos Ruler. I used Imperm on that. And I'm like, okay, now you need to have like, I don't know what to beat me. And he was like, Dragon Weird, discard Tidings and Chamber. Then Chamber affecting Graveyard, get another Tiding. Yeah, so actually he had the Tidings set up, and I'm like, no, it's too much. I only have one line of play, so he just bounced my summon, and that was it. Game 2, I'm going first. I think I said in both Shared Ride and John Lockbird again.
Okay.
Or maybe just Shared Ride. Maybe just Shared Ride, actually.
Okay.
Not even sure now. And I managed to win that one. I don't know what happened. I think it was pretty quick because I just interrupted him. And game 3, he's going first again. And I open up Ash, and I had in hand Lightning Storm and TTT.
Oh.
So I asked his Chaos Space. He managed to make Seal plus set 2. Come back to my turn. Lightning Storm, it was 2 goes and match, so that would just be like game if I didn't have the Storm inside deck. So yeah, clear his... clear that. Normal summon something. Went into Battle Phase with a Zoodiac. I think I actually managed to bait Seal before Battle Phase so I could use Talent.
Oh.
Yeah, he also Lancian means standby, but I managed to grind that one out.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well,
That one was also like pretty tough. And then the finals, which we split, but I'm like, oh, he's like, do you want to split? I'm like, yeah, sure, but the first place trophy goes to me. He's like, yeah, okay, no problem.
He's like, okay.
Yeah, literally. Tri-Brigade ratios are quite standard. The 11 double Keras. I think that's perfectly fine. Like, if you banish both of Desires, you're unlucky, but what can you do?
But you don't
and
really
for the
want to draw
Zoodiacs,
it, like, so I guess it makes sense.
It depends. Like, going second, sometimes hard drawing in can be the difference between winning and losing, because maybe they are share fractal or
going
something.
Second for sure, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think 2 is the golden standard and it's not to be messed with.
Yeah, that's true.
And for the Zoodiacs, the most people play, I saw double Turbo Blade.
Yeah, I mean, at one point they played what you play right now, but then they switched to Turbo Blade, from what I've seen.
Yeah, in my opinion, this is like the best thing. That's we stole that from a friend who is top the YCS, a French guy, because it's like you're training the draw, which almost never happens because you're rarely gonna have double Zoodiac. You're like pretty rarely, and if you do, if one of them is red, you still have the normal play, and you can discard the one in hand with Keras. And like this, we have a toolbox which we valued a lot. Like Whiptail banishing stuff, it came up so much. So turn one, if you have Zoodiacs, you normal the Red Pierce, send the Whiptail, and make your stuff. Make Check and Iron Reborn, then Tiger Mortar over the standard stuff, the Ferrigit play. And then you have Ram in deck. If they grind out or something, you can search for the Ram. You know, if they want a punishment, it's going to reborn the Zoo back from grave so they don't achieve anything. And if you overlay to Borbo, you can negate the punishment. So and the Butler interaction also sometimes came up. So we valued Ram a lot. Also, Rugal can bring back Ram on the opponent's turn, so he needs to waste like double access with pop to get rid of it because it's floating. So yeah, Ram was pretty good, but Whiptail was just excellent because he banished a Nerval in the mirror match. Or if you get Veilered in main phase, that happens a lot. Like let's say versus Dragon Link, you go Whiptail into Borbo, and they don't want to waste a negate. They're just gonna Veiler your Whiptail. You just go Chakanine or Tiger Mortar over me, better Tiger Mortar, declare battle phase, and then you're forcing out another negate because Whiptail is gonna banish it if they don't negate it. So
yeah, because he just gives the effect to the other guy, so they have to.
Yeah. Because I think Whiptail just does more than Turboblade. That draw, like, I don't know how it comes up, but I think this is the optimal ratio for the Zoodiacs. The 3 tanky, 3 revolt, barrage of course goes with the Zoos. The Posisti card, Pot of Desires, also not to be messed with. And for the flex spots, the hand shirts we chose Ash Blossom, Ghost Bell, and Imperm. Ash Blossom is just like, I don't know, it's so generic, you can use it like for everything. You can clean with Ash Blossom, no problem. I use it as a kitchen utensil sometimes. You have Imperm. Imperm is also like, I don't know, probably the best handship ever printed because you draw it as a 6 card. It's always very fucking, it's always live. Like, my favorite card ever.
Yeah, and it doesn't trigger talents, which is very valuable.
Yeah. That too. Like, I mean, not a lot of people have talents, but that's an important interaction. And the Ghost Bell is like, in my opinion, the 3rd best because it just hits so many things. In testing, we didn't do a lot of testing, but we had like some. It can hit Nadir Servant. We knew that Invoke Dogmatica is going to be popular, so you can stop the Vinda. You can hit the Ice Dragon's Prison. You can hit the Call by the Grave. You can even get totally awesome with it. You can do like so many stuff. Ghost Bell is like super generic. We just decided to play it, and people say it's not good in the mirror. They're playing Effect Failure, you know, to stop the mirror.
Yeah.
And I kind of disagree. So okay, the only thing that hit in the mirror is Revolt and Chakanine if you're like desperate. And they're gonna have Appaloosa to protect their Revolt. But if you have Bell in combination with Droplet or Imperm, then you let them play out their turn. Let them play out their turn. If you have an Imperm, you Imperm Appaloosa on end phase, and then on your turn, usually Tri-Brigade is really like gonna deplete your hand, you know, because you put back cards with Ferrigit and Bear Broom. So usually you just rely on Revolt as a follow-up. You just Imperm their Apollo. If you can build the Revolt afterwards. Both side deck, we actually did side them out. Of course, the context is like for the mirror match and the prank kits. I don't know if it has, maybe it has another niche application like Ethignister and stuff like that. I don't know if they can get rid of it easily.
Yeah, but that's probably it.
Yeah. And other flex spots are Called by the Grave because it's just ignorant. It just makes you like play through so much things. It's an awesome card.
Like you said, against the prank kit, that you could just out-butler easily. Yeah.
Or the Hieratic Seal, anything like that. The TTT, it was the MVP of the tournament. People were dropping Veiler and Ash on me, and you just go and win. It's so nice. And if they don't handship, you just put it back with Ferrigit. Like, the TTT was so good.
So
like,
how did you like the 3 though? Because I've seen so many people run 2 in just different decks overall, because it's like a brick, I guess, if you run too many. But how did you like 3?
No, I loved it. It never bricked on it. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you can put back 2 cards from your hand if you're going first uninterrupted. So even if you draw 2, if you have a way to your engine, you can just put them both back for different cards. So yeah, I was more than satisfied with them. They were so good. They were like drawing cards, stealing monsters. In testing, actually came up, to steal an opponent's access code, then banish it from the field to pop their card. Like getting rid of stuff in Inventory 2. Just amazing. And the droplet also, like, I can't be happier than I just had 2 because third one didn't arrive in the mail, but 2 of them was like really, really good. I was also super satisfied with it.
Great.
It came in clutch against a lot of things, especially playing around Veiler and Imperm, because you do a Tri-Brigade effect, they're gonna chain Veiler Imperm, you chain Droplet.
Yeah.
So not only do you get to negate something, then also your guys resolve. So yeah, those were like great interactions with Droplet.
We were talking
And
about that yesterday, actually, that you should just interact with a Tri-Brigade effect on summon, so they can't go effect chain Droplet.
Yeah. If you're expecting it, then
if you think people are playing it, like your opponent is running it, then I guess you should.
Yeah. Then you run into talents.
Yeah.
No, but that happened a lot with Droplet. It's like such a good card. You also have the tanky face up on the field. You can even send revolt. Yeah. Excellent cards. For the side deck, well, let's go extra first. The Zoo stuff, that's really standard, but it's great because if they Lancia or something, you still have like an alternate thing that you can go into, because Lancia really doesn't let you do anything. But also it's versus most decks, you can like bait out a lot of stuff with just a normal summon of a Zoodiac. Like, so yeah, I think the Zoo build, the Zoo build is like does the most with the least amount of resources. So you gotta play it. Yeah, the access code, double Dragon Lords, also really nice. Like post side deck, if we expect contact C, depending on how strong your hand is. So if your hand has like no non-engine interruptions, then you try and make your play to get a revolt. But if your hand has some of interactions, like if you have a shared ride and you know what you're playing against, then you just go Brigade into double Dragon Lord, so you don't play into contact C. Like, you don't even care about making up a loser or something. I mean, okay, if you're against the right, you're gonna try and do the most you can, but usually post side we just made double Dragon Lords. There's also a cool interaction in the mirror match if you open your contact C. So let's say I go first and I do the Fractal, get something like Fractal Sender will get Kit into hand. I normal the Kit, and let's say he contact sees me there. I don't know why, but somebody's gonna do it, Or maybe they wait for effect first. So let's say I banish 2 for effect, and I summon double Dragon Lords, and then he like drops a contact C on me there. So I can't go into Almir, so I can't get 4 in graveyard for revolt. Then when he drops contact C, you need to drop your own. Right? So when he drops the contact C, you drop your own. And what happens then? Then you can tribute there for Dragon Lords to bounce your back to hand, so you can use yours again. Like, it's also a kind of cool interaction that we found out. It also protects you from Lightning Storm and evenly matched. So if you drop a context, then you can drop yours, set all your stuff, you're safe from Lightning Storm, you're safe from evenly, and you can tribute there to get your back to hand. Like, that was our game plan around context C, because we were really afraid of the card. That and Lancia were like two biggest concerns. Yeah. Yeah.
That's interesting.
So that's the play that we did. Yeah. Apollo, of course. The Doom Eagle, like, you must play it, but if there was anything else that was better in it, I wouldn't play it. Actually, Hard made it once. That was pretty funny. I just needed a bigger monster, so I used double Dragon Lords and Nerval to go into it.
Oh, well, I mean, it's there, so might as well use it.
Yeah. Admiral, the bunny was great. Like, oh my god. The bunny is just
really good.
Yeah. Bear Boom. Double Frigid. It usually doesn't come up, but you must play 2, I guess, because it just allows you to get more monsters on the field. One Rugal and double Shrek. Shrek is just the bomb. Yeah. Finally, after playing against the deck for so long, now I know how it feels like to get that untargeting banish. Is just like so oppressive. Yeah.
All right, now the side deck. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Like your theory, you need to talk about that.
Yeah. Okay, so we expected that it's gonna be like, if you're playing in Croatia and Slovenia, it's always a jungle, so you don't know what to expect. There's a lot of rogue.
That's very true. Yes.
Yeah, it's just wild over there, It's just, you gotta be prepared for everything. True. But since we were scared of the mirror match, we just decided to go for context C. That's mirror match and prank it. And yeah, I'm happy with the card. I gave it to her. It plays into talents, I guess. But if I get contacted, like I said, we have the double Dragon Lords play, and I keep the droplet in main deck, so I can tribute it and do other stuff later. But yeah, I was really satisfied with the card. And now we have Droll and Lockbirds, and I'm gonna talk about both Droll and Shared Ride. So, like, Drytron is a pretty difficult matchup, yeah, and Dragon Link. So if you go first, you need to side in a lot for them, like the most you can.
Yeah.
But if you side in both Shared Ride and Droll and Lock, they conflict with each other. And not only that, if you draw them and use Revolt, then you don't get your own circuit. So yeah, it's like Droll is just iffy because you rely heavily on Revolt to get the follow-up. You just deplete your hand, keep the best cards, interactions, and hope Revolt gets you there by getting you a follow-up. So Droll is kind of only good going second, and it conflicts with Shared Ride if you want to put them both inside going first. And Shared Ride was like, I wanted a card that's good against backer removal. If somebody goes evenly matched, Lightning Storm, Twin Twister on me, I can chain it and get some value from it. But Shared Ride is only as good as like the things you can draw into. So if I use Shared Ride and I have a tanky face up, then my Imper doesn't do anything. So I need to. The only interactive cards I can draw into with Shared Ride is Ghost Bell and Ash. So, and depending on if I play against Dragon Link, I'm gonna be siding out the Ghost Bell if I'm going first because you can't hit a lot of things with it nowadays. There's no board legacy guys again. You can only interact a bit with Ghost Bell. So yeah, it was pretty strange. The only card that I'm iffy about are those two, like.
But would you consider running? Which would you consider running over the other? Like moving forward, if you were to cut one of them.
I don't know. Like I really want to keep Shared Ride because they're gonna win you, they're gonna storm you, and at least you get some value from it,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you need to have something that you can chain.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the card because it's just like it's always gonna go plus. At least you're gonna go even with it, even in the mirror. And the Joel and Lock is for the card matchup, the Dragon Link and the Drytron. So going second, you need to have like a strong card that can end their turn.
True.
So that is Joel and Lock for me.
Yeah.
But they have conflict with each other, and that's kind of strange, yeah.
And then Twister.
And generic backer removal, the Twin and the Storm. I was like kind of worried to play the Storm because you have tanky index, so it's only good if you hard draw into it or draw it with Desires. Not after that another turn. But then I realized, okay, they're gonna side in goals, and for me, like combo decks is gonna side backer for me, so I need to put something. And even if they don't draw the backer that they sided, Storm is always at least gonna bait the seal or something like that. So yeah, that's all. That we also stole that idea from our YCS friend. It was like really, really good. The entire day it was just amazing, blowing things up. Yeah, against the other guys, it was like.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you about Strike, since I've seen so many people play it, and you decided not to, like Solemn Strike. Was there any particular reason?
Yeah, I just wanted the cards that are good going second. I mean, Strike can be good going second, but it's not a go second card. It's not something that, like, let's say I try to do my plays and I don't have a revolt, then I set my Strike and it's not gonna get me far. The only ignorant card that's only going first, I chose to play is Order because it's just an FTK against a lot of things, and it's also it's also now to mine in the main deck. It can also be something that can happen. It's just too ignorant not to play it. But yeah, I wanted to play cards that are good going both first and second, and that's what the power spells, the TTP and Droplet did for me.
Well, anything else to say about the deck? Like, do you maybe want to change anything else, or are you satisfied with the build overall? Except for the draw share right confusion.
Yeah, that's what. But with main deck, I'm super satisfied.
Oh, you said the third Droplet when it arrives.
I don't know. 40 cards is like. The 40 cards is like the best number for a reason, but I mean it isn't gonna mess up your consistency a lot, I guess.
Yeah.
It can reduce the chance of Desires banishing a lot of cards. Desires is actually like a great card, but it can be pretty harmful sometimes. Like you can just lose your grind game if you banish the wrong stuff.
Yeah, but
so
you still need to
be
play
careful with
so
the
it's
sequencing.
weird. Yeah.
Yeah, Yeah. And if you're expecting Lancia post side, Desires always needs to be the first card that you activate. Like, if you're gonna be worrying about Lancia, you might as well shotgun your Desires and be, then you're done with it. And if he has it, if he didn't drop it in standby, maybe you never know what the other guy is thinking. So if I have Desires post side and expect Lancia, like some decks you don't expect Lancia, then I shotgun it immediately. I just go pop Desires. I don't care what I do, but Desires first.
So there's a lot to learn. So all of you should just listen to the entire video, like from start to finish, because he just drops like random facts about the deck. So make sure to like rewind it if you only skip through it, because I know some of you do that. I do that as well sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, you just look at the list and are like, okay, that's the standard.
Especially if it's a video like this, just click like in the middle of it and just okay.
Yeah. Let me check the list. Okay, sure, it's fine. It's also important to notice that you are locked into Tri-Brigade after getting the Revolt Search from Bearbrum. So I see people like going into Appaloosa, then trying to Keras make double Dragon Lord. Like, you're not able to do that if you use Bearbrum.
Yeah, just
and also,
leave it at the end. Just use it at the end.
Yeah. What's also important to notice is if you're on the droplet, you can go into Almirage with Fractal. That might seem minor, but actually getting like another brigade name into Gravel, let's say, you went Fractal into Kit into Nerval into another Fractal because you wanted to like beat over something big or something. And then you try to use Fractal effect to get interrupted with Droplet. Then you can go into Almirage with it. So your Revolt is life for 4 again. It's also like a lot of small things can happen with the deck. Yeah. Also, Kit sending a tribe. So Kit is sending a. Who played Bird Up knows this, but Kit can send a Tri-Brigade card, not a monster. Yeah. So even if you don't want to send a monster, if you want to chain block something, you just send a dead Revolt to the graveyard. That also comes up. Yeah, that's like
you play 3,
a lot of tiny plays with the deck. Yeah.
Wow. I think that was a lot of knowledge to be gained from this deck profile. Legit.
Yeah, I think I didn't remember also a lot of things that we like while testing. We like we found like a lot of theory and things to do. Like, so I don't know what people do with the Zoodiac play, but what we do is like summon the Red Peer. If we have like Red Peer plus, the best thing is to have with it is like a Nerval or a Kit, because then you get a search. So when you normal summon the Rat, then you send the Whip if you're going first. And then you go into Tiger, get the Whip. Then you make Chakanine, like you spend an extra thing from the extra deck to get more fodder. You link into Ferrigit, use Ferrigit effect, special summon Kit or Nerval. The play is the best with Kit or Nerval. Use effect Vanish 4, go to your Shureg, and then you have 3 monsters. You link into a 3 material Appaloosa. Then you get the Kit or Nerval, but basically Nerval search and the Shureg search. You get Keras and fodder. You discard fodder for Keras. Special Keras go into Bearbrum, into Rugal, get Revolt to the deck. That's like the best thing to do with the Zoodiacs, in my opinion, because I saw like people do different things with it, but in my opinion that's the best because you're having the most fodder plus the most setup with it.
Well, that's what usually happened back when Dryden was legal. That was the play, and then you would search a Whiptail with Shureg and you would put it under Dryden, so you had a pop.
Yeah, and important thing to do also with that play is with Keras that you special from hand to banish the Shureg from grave to play around Called by the Grave. That's like a minor thing that I just remember that we also gave.
So thank you for everything, for all of the knowledge. Thank you for the deck profile. Thank you for coming to the channel.
Thank you for inviting me.
Of course.
It's been a long time.
Whoa, come again, of course. Wish you many tops so you can be featured on the channel more.
Thanks. If there are events, I promise I will,
Okay, dope. Well, for all of you, if you like the video, if you learned anything, which you probably did, right? So if you learned anything, just like, sub, do everything. Check out Twitch also, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.